honkomo enso dodo
Omanfm bi ba Nigeria that say obeyi capital feel Lagos akwa Abuja ana eno yi capital feel Lagos ko Abuja na eno so sin airport if papa me gini you say you need to dream big and on can take you funding how I be no compensations as asira no osmi bu ba asira no mudin asasi e be no about acquisition but the government encroach bushawe na encroach of compensation level you say this is a serious person. On kind of class, I said, Memo Juma, Memo, what kind of sound? Memo Juma was still factory. Me still factory for the say. Your problem is electricity. I see a sea plant where cost to say. And do so, and go because if I say, what them? And yeah, now no the NBA. Education level say 70% GDP. Yeah, I cannot class. I know. Okay. Say, be a so triple. Assassinate 350 acres. 7 acres have been encroached. Near family, when you went to Mouse, me back anyway, better transit, we are assassin better here. This is what the man is saying. For me, airport, obviously, Abuja, I am no capital. Now, obviously, airport, I see it as over ambitious, my brother.
Yeah, nkomo e wo krom na o keka nsem no akese do which of course so obi kan so o keka na akese akoya amanyosem na nipa no pese ode
ya me no miedu akufar ka free SHS enyina ye ka bi se Ghana obi abeku school free na broche ko ye ko di free Ghana ye ngo school free
ya ko ye gusokra
e gususuko and this people now guys na enye year omo ba so afa omo di bo mo azafo yin se omo be shemu kra ade enye na ye wo shemu kra o
ma yanko ni sa wo hwe enkomodi a ekoso na wo hwe the last election 2023 wo de ba be hwe wei opani no na ho keka sa abre no nyina na mo ne na enam ede na asesa
papa minka asemichu the managers of Honorable Kennedy Japan media houses, more especially more the two for you'll be able to manage. You'll be able to manage the man very well. Packaging is key. Be able to packaging. For packaging, we are now all of us managing. We give 70%. The problem the hypocrisy level in this country. Almost a certain post shall be to tell you a presidential material. For now, make it simple. So I can say Kennedy is a super presidential material. The other Kennedy was on no work could do. And I said, I'm so crying on work. Me and number one. People voted against him because they didn't know the man they were dealing with. He was very emotional. And then Mama Felice said, oh, yeah, it's my mom confident who said, I catch you for a Mokole, if you had a num Kajitia, who crown we any number one. Number two, did you know? Now only one. Only deputy minister, Ben, only MC, Ben, because the Kennedy, and no, I do. Lady Kuku. Former PC original simple said, but it's the name of Costa, no idea. And never Papa Nicatari and a ton of Comaso. Come on, no, and then the simple said, Upper Kennedy. New DM before Benny for a black West. I'm about to say, movie. Any Papa no bomb, come on here. It's the only one going to Kennedy, but we are with Marisha. There's a relief from maybe police to say, oh, there's a party for we had which energy. I don't know, you're checking the energy go to go back home. And that is why I got to the BSO. That's it. Oh, 3 not on your zero. Make just simple as I say. The interior minister and one minister. Well, coming from that region. Police commander say, oh, you are gagged. And then police here, you will know any master there, so you know. It's a man who say, one, a bamboo. Position bien no ami koprim po be wonu ami masa grow we mu butter and bread ejuma wan samedi this oye ejuma not boni e bond say ni say one vote be a go to how nim say Kennedy win there no be you to tia na keep you not mo masa amon for na wa kukudro say ya na ya ready say the ombe the CBNC no ya no so ya gwa na ni aba ejuma ni bi e bi e umbi aka ya say o chechire say gu echi enne no emu da ho wo bi anyo bia ne you have all the 3 deputy former finance ministers following Kennedy. Ghana can go for an election. I was at the election, Kennedy. I was at the people like Sticker, who were key members of the government following Kennedy. Moba, ko fo dia esibe ebo ya budget ni ade nyina so na o papa esibe ebo na tumfo o mu nyina di Kennedy she that's to tell you that now people are beginning to see the light minia enye die oye papa de oye we de oye jet masom ye ke one of me to me and see that woman we mu e be kwa ba na ti me mu fo ka mu di we ba ye be ji and see that anu na won fo ma je nko so ye ko ye si pom tie die nko fo ni ka e di nu krama ya ho ni papa ni ka afo si sei afo so ye we say anye ye kan kro we ni nim ka tire no enti the difference that woman says here and say among for have their own free will to do what they want to do. Maybe consistency, previous election. I don't maybe I from one immune. I don't maybe I penny be from way more. That was even not to tell my rest in any baby. How many people could be standard? And they to me ben who you know so they have to me ben. And then come on here said no. Not any power need to become a bar may say me by say a chum. They say no mean to me 8 years. They have a me ba say you say aka ho that was the simple so o kan mo a de abo party for enti o stress on the sa kire ba bia amanfo nko dudu ye ka say zuni from kro mo mfa na ate for mo ina di papa echi ate for enti kro mo na say adwuma kro mo ye bi nye and now no moral right to stand on any platform to say that somebody should vote for somebody in 2 minutes man 8 years no o de adwuma be ma NDC for no kan obo am so megua Samuel no be we kromo e papa Kennedy o yin Japan and I saw the guy said Debbie o ka sa wan ka say intuinya difference o mu no
kwazi ma mi musa we ntwa to ye mfe nkomo no mra na wieye de na wo hunu no saa bre no 2023 ya we be kan say mo boni o saa bre no na wo hunu say ye the Dr. Mahmoud Baomi akwa onweni ampa so wan we de na wo hu ye
aminga se bichwe uni ni pa na ma ye suri ni ba me ko so ba Kennedy ye Japan ye bibia e won ho na ye o nipa but niema apapa o ye fa we niema o mu no mu se enye it mean that we have known him for the past 20 years mean that we can say one when the credit ni you say odi ni bo so on timi nya dia o ba ka so we mi timi ye o jo enu ka so sometimes the way I be okano na and I have more but at the end possible ka so any possible maminga se minjo me na me ba national service our Ghana gas obia during my regional chairman everybody said it was not possible, it was difficult, and I hear the person man ko pia trouble oba as a board chairman I don't need me ba no only me microphone baby ya nko dia mu no and a chairman bia se me no so wo chairman bi o tema if I no so krem and so be papa no what I say o be ja tum se odo oyima o be du ye no I say ko share the chairman bi ba e wo mu ma no afre me ba no ete sen me ba no na djuma sam na ko ye o ti mama nipa o bi nipa e mi hu se we o ye nipa so the ni ko ba bi ani range only ni ko ba bi na so show bi na after 2 years o to identify that okwagu enye we no ye say man na politicians that dey back wa yeah enche di refi on ten you should be part of them politicians na fear and they is not a kind of a politician or who and now and party adwuma no 1+1 and 2 1+1 and 1 obi different chairman say chairman me ni ya me bo man chairman o ya doctor that but also three say na baby o ko to na ma wo to bi and then be yanti say on feel so school bi o ko ye and do me chairman bi o mu jina and then anyway who was certificate ni ba o nyina ni di wo nkan ye ni di me ni na ntie me hu say woni so di hu onu se de bi uyi eti ya no obi so say nti say ya uri ka de na we adwuma na ko say everything thinks about you eni na dream say obi o ben ni bia pe bibie di amanyo for ya dream say obi ben ya pe de obi nyanti nti for me ni hu say papa no ni so de hu papa no komo die na de nyina che say o tima o your bad time e kula fo ko ni bie fo eja for me I bought it to his vision long ago ye wo bie ye hu no da na sabanti that ye man na ye nyina ye hwe ya ka so okay in 2023, GD said, it will be better to follow my conscience and go to jail than to follow what I don't believe in and go to heaven. Me, no. I'm pay. Because you have a Kennedy or in Japan, what dance I'm a Ghana for. Ghana for say you run a bit.
Sabre one mana omo no nya adwen na bi no frefre onom ne ade e ko ba no se anko yie no Omo frɛ wo de obo ma.
Oh sir. Ebo be na since me mama na atoshi abenya simpie so. Atu na num to e kan stem papa Kennedy ho.
Ade ono no ka omo ha wa dwen no ara.
Me gina simpie so ka say no kan ho pa. Ono better than see. Anybody chairman and more baby mommy.
Yeah.
O sizu pika say na ye ni say na be ko anka chairman yan fa o sizu pi. Ni nkola bi tugu so ke cancer so acha. Komo bi abo da tape bi so bi da tutum. Say me can say me no tape bi o si me can say me ko pe bi be di. So mo shame na mo can say. Abasi bro mo mo worry bi ni chiko ko pe bi be di. So ka de o so be jaho. Ya no mo titi ni pa pressure. Njomba o pe mi show mo so mo worry. Politics in the United could deep furniture PBD. I've almost results never know saying go baby, send any other say. The credit echo. I mean, the next any panel, a dear dancer. I don't think come. So the grand name Kennedy see me, Mammy Castle with Jen and say, hey, Mama, and you ain't up Papa no minimum. But we might never 22 until 3 and 12 market. Yeah, and I'm only waiting. Like I don't mean about my mobile. And then maybe I'll come home by your page. Why never mammy a Jumano? In politics, and we need power. So you know, yes, I'm somewhere yet to me, and in them. I told you. Also, and listening to the grounds media, I'm telling you that the easiest way MPP can come back to power is on Obuka Japan. I am convinced. I am very, I have traveled everywhere with him. I am going Yamasa Yadaji Juma Sika Seki, kind of create Papa. Because you know, fool are turning near my year. Your party for shower or how. Now, I mean, guys, and be crazy. They come back my charming soon. We go do Sege. There we go from. Mammy, we down for my own small video. Libya. Make so me fear doctor. You're growing now.
Yeah.
Makes me fear doctor. You. What him say? 80 am on consciousness in the mammy.
Mammy no kai.
Mammy, see. Omo Castano. And then Papa Casso. Mammy, more empty maniasa. Papa. Say bibi anya confidential what you want to speak of so who bo
yeah
Kennedy Japan
nanka me be ka ho bibi ti say ma me gina ho no de o de beto speaker say be ma me ne beti yes
I just me from MP ne tie say me catch MP dan go say my phone chi say no ba ka say no e dia mo say uja bibi ya we mo zika no e church and conformance school fees na go man school fees we sitting MP, Governor to Obama 4 times, 4 by 4, 16. Waji F graduate 16 times. Opeka loan, waji ka loan, waku 4. Ina na mamizo no nyahe. And I can see that tax at that time, fee paying, just 25,000. When Shama mini BM because end of year biano or check near the country, mamino, any physical contact BM, but the fees was being paid all the time. Mamini beginners and about level 500. They are calling the banana doctor, you know, to form so only when I say, I am a about the media. The mic in man, I say, Miss be fear.
Now, or that's it said, Mary Magdalene Koda is was here, or they eat me. And it miss you a pie.
Now, a man named Sana, 190 and a joke upon a brand. They movie my media son. Yeah, teacher, we will say, Madam, Madame Catana and Tienium. Mammy Muni Papa can say, I ever my and then I asked him. I was say after the child, when he share, I was dead. Oh, yeah, also when he share, I was dead. The peer baby so as Obisu came with a surgery. You go, we asked it to go at the phone call and I say, oh, you know, chop to me. 50,000. Oh, yeah, I won't even in every year. Or this can go to the moment to go to a 4 year and to attack. This is the man Kennedy in Japan that we are talking about. Maybe I could be a simple be outside and see you. I didn't say, I said, that's the same also with the president. Simply be able to so when he asked the Pentecost story, everywhere you start, there's things that people can say about him. The Okai, any the Onkai. These are the kind of leaders that we need. Ghana will forever regret if we don't make Kennedy a Japan the president of Ghana. Ghana will, MPP will regret if we don't make Kennedy the flag bearer of the MPP come the 2028 elections.
You know, as a chairman, actually, Bekasa.
But you want to just say, and you know, both to know a track or English Omanfm. If you ever wait, Jagbawi, ever say, Kobom, the on and there, Kennedy, or Japan, maybe it was a whole family area because Pem Koma. ene obedi wo ho yahwe
yada se actually yebekasa chairman Kwesi Poku Tema West MPP chair na oba Greater Accra ha se nso a one ma eboa ama Iraken the campaign akoso no or one of the coordinators na Zembera mekai say one day bi na Banasco Dr. Banasco me Mr. Donko afi Padmo Bafo Japan Safu bi no keka ho na ebuzi ya wakati le kenzo ye den a presidency do obedi ya to an office wo
ena so bema mu aye chiri emu ani fi outside
oso oni boys aye wad oso hwe o munya botre munya nya no nkwa no betimi aye a me de ba boa o manfo munya botre hwe enye nko na nkrofo ba ho enya agro enti time oji tum so be ya de no na ye obi anwanwa ase de ono ankasa na se ni wura fi ni ho na mse wura fi ni divine nyo ono na te won preko pe no so obey o bibi na aso na tiko anyway yeah ba
e ade bi a ebomi hu but ya se ye party ni ye do party na asem si a obi ansa ono de oye gentle to person obeyi nanim na wagina ma party na Kennedy Japo yi nanim ogina ma party a o gina ne de ne ye boje ne so na fe dumra ye kwa akopritumi a ye se e na ono kra ne ni so ahyedodo e na ne kasa ne bi wo ho a enye kasa papa woni unua nam obi bo na unua no wajo enya hoden agyewa afe kodru fi a asema obeka ne se unua ni timu eden do no wonsusu ambu nipa no ene so ochena obi bo obeja na manakum look ono Kennedy Japan of course ti say ye nyina no ye wo sinto enye ni bibia wanye ana waka e wo Ghana politics mu ena ebetumi aye perfect ye mu bia ni ho ye perfect nti onyuma ni bi wo ha ono ankasa kra no obisa ne nda o ka jo say look mi komanimo no nyuma ni bi wo ho na ugye o ya brantie mu gya hye ne ade no uko anim no na ugye mu nti no de o si ebisa ye ho ne say so bi kuma yen a eye eboa party no a say enioma a ogina so de kuma ye no afei ye begina so de ebu na tan eno metia as I said minim say nkofo pia adwene mu da ho na MPP ma ekai se okuma party man ayana eyame ya adie bi o ni se di nipa somda me hwe no a me ti se o mu kansa asem no a mi hunu a na afa man kwa no me mobo sa na wo de e ba ne se na nko ano o mu a wo kuma o mu no ti se Jesus Christ o mu ya no masabo wasenuam but you know ewianse no sa na nyankopon e bo no de metu party for man nyina afo ne se e wo ho ne se de di kan ye mu bia ni ho a otene kronkron se Kennedy Japo wa ka asem bia na wa ye bibia enya oya ye betumi aka ho asem ye nkofa eno emfa man ne se so no kra ne betumi agitumi ama yen yo so no na okitatumi a obetumi aye oman ni ye be ma adwuma ba MPP man Ghana man bunu nyina nya bia ya enam bibi oye ye nra anya mi denti no mentu abamane sebi o bagimba ben pa na kase bagimba ben pa na be kase onipa no na ye de no kwa ye benya tumi ono no be ye oman ni ye nanso no asem bia na anu bi okaye e bia asasam no kwa na oka e de prema MPP ti de meka ne se muma ye ntwe anim de obi ya enya tsadia ya candidate ye de no call 2024 early concession anko ye no
107.1 suni ha ye Omanfm a few messages na fi ye ntoa so independence ene wo mo etwen Iraken ewo Ablekuma Central constituency independent monko na monko tie nkomo oba no o the message ena eba obi obeba oni message oni asembi obeka bia nso montie no na mun take a decision. Political party MPP no enye obakufo bi dia na enye obi interest in tina party no ewo ho. Party no wo ho to win power. Party ne ba win power na gina message a nipa a obegina mo anim akasa no ede to Ghana fo anim na Ghana fo age ne message na tum no ma gina so ato aba ede ama political party no se nipa no ba na oni message a I bet you Mr. Mo mo manon tiase se onyo bi a wa na adwen so person lead the political party. In fact, you are very brainy. Okay, I like the way you ask your questions. We listen to the wise people on radio, not the rowdy and the shallow-minded. I really enjoy the questions you asked Mr. Kwesi Poku about Honorable Ken's vision. Bless you. Keep the fire burning. I am fully connected. My electoral area executives are also fully connected. Chairman Dumas, I will North Ridge. Chairman, medase. Sano pebian so utie. Nana prempe ewo UK. Nana onso asida eye odia. Questions no busa ya na ehia se obebusa questions ankrofo di ho nkomo ewo krom. One of such question me busa eye pram. Airport ayura Ken so be yi ede akro no. Oh, omo ani na fa no. Over ambitious. Ontimi nya so be ntimi nya. If you really want to know what has increased the weight and appeal of Ken this time compared to 2023, I will say that there is no element of incumbency now. Again, Ken has improved his campaign package in terms of pragmatic message dissemination coupled with tangible track record. Besides, he has attracted a lot of goodwill from even non-MPP followers. Okuku Seku Ewo Damfa sent in this one. Akra ma ye na wase ye hwe de nyankopon ebetumi aye aboa ama MPP party na fa ntoma pa efra. We are trying to see ebeko other constituencies Yura Ken akono na yene emufo no bi nso di enkomo. You can also join us. You can join us ewo text message o de ba ye be kan de amount na bibia nso ay kama. One ma omo nso APM ewo Facebook yemfa seda emfa emamo na yenkai mo se aha eye 107.1 ne ekoso Parliament House said ye medi kan animo edi ho nkomo no enema hodo a akoso ewo Parliament House nso yebehwe ne ho nkomo no yedi na fi yakoye nim amade aka no yede aka ho asanto aboko de
me adom boko na so
me hoye ma me hwe me messages ya ewo Facebook na fi mensan emra na yemfa de aka no entoa so okay bb kaswa anope boko de DJ Omali onso ma yenna wase Kumase Swame wa dwani yen sanso so na Kwansa Kojo Ken is a winnable candidate ma onso yenna wase nana ku amwaboaten enso de ne dia abeto he thinks Dr. Baumia will win okay Derek Aite good morning James Asamoah Ken all the best good morning or family good morning Nana Lumumba upon ewo bronze ononso adwene Lumumba ma wonso yenna wase North Central so nia brantie mensa saba North Central so onso ma yenna wase se wonso wadwene ye ma me konadu aseda eye wonso de asanso so na Kofi Frempong ma wonso yemfa aseda emfa ema enemo amwaka ne de aseda de amobia na fi wonso betumi adwane e Facebook anase YouTube okoho a ye logo no yakokọ srade oboso a ma o message no enye straight civil and simple na yenkan fama ohia is important say obe share to other platforms I wonso wo so sebe ya one me wo so no nso betumi anya ne a wo pese wo de to Ghana fo nyina anim no bi na wo mo akenkan bibia aye kama said na ye ne chairman Poku edin komo no asanto amamra ho minim se wahu ma me no no ka se Yura Ken tua ne ba school fees ewo se okomedical so wahu sa video na hwebi onya hu ye okay oba greater Accra ya na oko ningo ne prampram mpotem ho maame no free adanse asokwa ewura Katie Hammond mpesu aso na wo hwe ekwan maame no fa so a woda Ken ase na ne ba amadwi mu aye Mary Magdalene ya okoda Yesu ase ede ne nisuo ede ne trinye pepa ne na ase no maame no se na ne ba anya school a the results no complete for medical school vanaka 3 days say time no etwem enti obi ka kire ne se onko no nko hunu Ken ena oye kakra jawo kokra nso ehu kakra wom Ken oye obe intimidate o se oye maame na so do baba na kwara ne nka ho a o se na oba no a obeja de no ama no we entem ene obebusa wo oba no we enti maame so okoe na Ken J results no ohweye and was in a constituency be mu na wo which is a fair deal because wo free MP bi so constituency no aba lo and behold na che ono a ni nua Katie Hammond constituency na maame no free no o the twem na me free Katie on say bibisa anso de ese maame no te nua Katie be kan to de be to speaker enti maame no say Ken na Katie say o de o no anya sika na o sika na de yes anya no na e sika de enso edi wow na Ken say you me sure say Ken and can bibia because anyway maame no anka de Ken kai o bra Katie kai no na se Ken anka bibia na ebia maame ni gina ho ntina na minim so maame ko yo be frɛ no a blast no na se Ken minim no o be frɛ no a blast no eti maame no say ne ba no Ken de ne number man ne ba no say ya on text no but akwara no ko text wo WhatsApp say Ken zo no onye WhatsApp person ntina akwara no ade be chi e no text SMS o text ya na Ken frɛ no wow no say no so me the fan no say da ben o china the first check na su and akwara no level 500
I was near Gumi.
I'm telling you, Sana Kent, you. Okay. Oh, Sana Kent. If it's education, Sana Oti.
Wow.
Oh, who say, Wamwa Ubia, Nebi Numba ni Mahasi, I say, may rao. So, Nam Kotua Kodani di, and Bubu, oh, it out. Kotua Kodani.
Right.
But may rao or the hospital can bebwa because of Obania Kodani. Education. Obebwa tem na nisika ne timisa na kudus oye ne driver no waji kudus sika se sika ni nyina sa no asan soma Kenneth ma no call ADB ho ni wo sika akoyiska o chema nkrofo sa that is in nature na sa de no se yamfa mo wa untumi nye
eno de
na Ken Katie wo yamfa mo no so ko friend se
Right na opese o ma ne hu se obi won empeso so wo hia mowa
yes
enti ofre na wo different say ye me kwa na me call mrashi bedwani bi a mentu aba ewo emma no anambo se mini ne empeso emu e na me kwasire bibisa right ofre me mrashi bedwani a wo different na o aleti ne se obi won empeso aso a ne resource ye kama ne mo sika wo de be ko school e na wo nyae ebi mpo a na wedi medical da kwame mra shibedwani ho e na wan fi me e na mehu se owura Kennedy de ono de won fa ho se woye obi a wo ne peso aso ana se wuni ne peso aso o support intene ma me fa ko ayembia hwe e na wayembia no montu na wutu ye ne so no aboa wo e na waso mu be peme na nipa no medical school inti Brian owura Kennedy akompre kwa Japan de be tena fidike se isu a ye bebo ne din da kopem said Ghana for
onim de nti a tambia onyeska no
dabi
se wonim cha ana onyankopon de fa oso ma wo che efi se enye obia ne nim che
dabi
na won ma nim che no de manu a no de akogu dem
na Bible kran se ne ohumobrofo mobo no de fem asefo rade enti wo ye obi adoye wo ye obi adoye na rade hira wo nwuma so wadwuma nya ba akonya mienu wadwuma brudu o
ma men ko Yera Ken campaign office na mene campaign administrator near campaign no is seen in nice so this time around Yera Charles BC when so any komo kakra openi ye mo acha no pay
I'm better be jodo for short then
me hoye na won so aye
jamina
I mean, shall see free Greater Accra and Comodia a course specifically. Mammy or Becca say Ken a trianeba fees since all according level 500 oil medicine. What are now hobby?
Unfortunately, number one.
Or can't say no dear about our dream.
Oh, I mean, the one young but that's which year it is better, and I mean, okay, no, why mama, because Nipana me and Mimusu Nanaban. But one, what can one or facial expression and emotion? One now, what's one about, say about 70 to 80%. Sorry, no, yeah, as a mama, because when you Kennedy fitted it, when you Nusuban, Ghana Haika, that was politician, I don't want more popular, a pa or another year, you were Nipa Mobile, and Opiana, no one can come and see. It was like confirmation of the thing they know about him. Say, Kadena, or one, not Chidoyaza, or your campaign, another of your president into Wakamu, Gibicho, Pajasa, but Oyazo is that. I don't want to work on. I will tell you that about 70 to 80% knew that Kennedy to me when you do a year 37 military hospital, the cardiothoracic center, when you moye or Confanochi hospital, the Mali teaching hospital, a COVID bed, Yamo from Ghana for Omba MPP, NDC, Okaka Lebanon, or Chatterplane, Moka Foman was a bay. And see, the man or internet to the same canon and internet in or Anadia Bokako Shani, but in a maintain a manamati. I think over 70 to 80% Nipa, a Yatanaba. Obama, Finamitum Noto, Abaman, 1st of January. Ghana for will confirm why I work when you can edit. Because when you pan issue Oman.
When you reckon and Edia Nema or yes strong this time around among the 5 our Mujina.
Oh, this time around but I beg to differ. He's different. He has always been different. And your politics are here, then the politician, they be an yapa. Yaka, maybe I don't be a Ghanaians want politicians. That politician now, what is our answer to a real politics? Man, cada one of which we know with that show. But if I by promises be, you can simply the to my yes. And see, if one about talk, he was to have young contribution, the Nipan Baba Castle chain. No later, no, why they so Dabi. Or Kennedy in the style and I appear because you're very pragmatic. He has a practical approach to things. So that's the kind of person. And them no contest now when you be a sefata, but at time them Kennedy Nusuban characteristics on the agency. It has been very consistent. Very consistent. When you don't know I could be before. I don't know. I won't answer to that.
Okay, but from more office and then no, the chances to say
chances in the way papa, but I mean more politics, no, listen. Even when I'm very confident, I'm not complacent. The man and the swag action, the age when like-minded people, and we are not complacent at all because in my yesterday, Maganan. We'll start with MPP first. We need to strengthen our party. The party now is weak. In time to all the year 90 young collections offer universities in our youth. No was on the far middle class. Tabi. Not to the people. Your party is a middle class party. na youth in university will come and sana nyen ye promote ye people una onyi bitu but sisi anu party na ye there ikejo na ekere MPP pa ntumum bitu chest to the mountain and Kennedy being part of the parcel of the one what so party from 1991 ono nakuma wom is part of the soul and body of the party and to me just the party ye in bad this time obobwa and then there ye ka say delicate I mean the meaning there si say you that world to abanate to but as the 1st of January go to abanate as we speak one will go to abanya where party officers are not the ex-party officers and I want us to do this clear into a party officer working for the party into vote na go to abada din on your here or your MPP members are winning a party officer and the what you will show the corner go to abada because they only way polling station officer now. What about community? But as I said, no community for the big hall. No, I'm on the MPP, yen secretary, polling station secretary. Not just them from by that. When you sign a contract, what worry show that you go and make a good decision for them. Now, we want to work with for baby. I'll be asking what until the Kennedy be answer about to Abanam on teacher on for Kennedy. For baby, I'll be asking on for Kennedy. So our go to a party officer. You wage as party officer, and take from the upper Mama party will win. And was couldn't be that Crawford saying number. Then on the day of the voting, you've been delegated. But the Mama Tata, why delegate to the court? You my party. It's same on Crawford case. And this is what I remember message. I'm going one party officers to work with because on your piano go to Marco, I go to abandon that didn't was our show. It's a say, human Zian Yay, delegates to say, on the Casa, and Canon, Nancho, people from hey, Gabi, teacher also piano, Piara pressure on me. So go and then have a responsibility to the party, party officer of Casa. I think you think I'm a party because full responsibility that I'm a party. Which and on leader people should can over my party in the I want to way silent to start from you and the revival of the new party begins from that. I mean Kennedy, what to Abaman we now first think the restructure party give my party myself because of any strong political party or normal government so
my final question for your supporters to Ken polling station for them survey a bonten a put to add candidates be on top move and say
survey on a guy two things Pia will come out for the accept the survey I tell them we name I'm 99% I'm confident me you mobile now for work keep a guide and I never know that also a runner and the chase are we small serious. But run and the chase, I want was into 7th of a guide out today, whichever way we are looking at the guide.
All right, as we see, we are not saying,
yeah, sure.
Nyankopon so encounter from the camp of Honorable Ken Charles Bisiu and Yeneno Ekodin Common 107.1 Suniha ye Omanfm. Ni aye share a nsema hodoa ewo ho na yedi eho enkomo. Kindly connect me, okay, Mati. I will quite be asono. I will me connect to the era Ken campaign no not just a BBI kama and so ho. Alright, and it's ban Brooklyn, US of A, New York. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's it. Nana Prem Penso UK. Also, yeah, that's it. Say why join the BBI kama. Okay, other messages say oh no yebehwe na yakan de amamo mamin komechi na menhwe if the testimony the adansia sokwa woman gave on Ken does not touch the MPP delegates to go all out and vote for Ken, then I don't know what else they want to know before getting connected. Okuku seku ewo damfa ena ode we by opinion ma yena wase say always we part of us titru independent we are independent marching. I have a small advice to give to anyone who wants to become an MP in 2028. Advice near dear Benya, if you have this intention, kindly join Team Ken. I've seen that for the love people have for Ken, anyone who will vote for him will also be voted for as MP. So therefore, join him now. Jonas Afum ena ediwe ede aba. Yes, one tia in no time I make one. Don't give me pressure, Miss Rewa. Asem bi wa obi kan atwam nye obaakofo bi dia o kan no na ye kɔ echi asan akofa ho asem a discuss Mr. Ofa Chemi. Today I'm waiting for Ken at Tablikuma Central. Manase apia kubi. Okay, obeba na kyese bibia ye kama. Na meti ha idea. Mini akwaba.
Yeja.
Boko de. Na uniawe.
And our family should attend it.
Ranty me no there be no nambom. Team Ken never ko ye.
Let me adom never go form.
Okay.
Let me ko ye.
Okay. Na service by moya mo hihimo.
Oh, there be service in there say ye kan. Delegate na mo abonten no. Obi sound say obi ko survey no ka say the sample size 2,000 and 3,000. No be delegates and say how many of you were contacted for this survey? What you say? Some of these surveys in over obi to meet national program and as what in normal to suit an agenda. But the real message on the ground is what is coming up. Say, your nipa inuma omoto mozi or say, omo person be DMPP ama yoko in Meko 2028 elections. Out of all these numbers now, omo abontin air campaigns, adie chi adie seni na. What is on the street is that Monfak in Japan. MIA. That is the message on the street. And you survey the survey should at least mimic what is on the street. So, oh, yes, survey now. I had to say, Sabio, Yakasi Ubia. At least I know, it will be never be or why, as Wakolan, as Sapapano.
You deal with numbers for your dear Nema will can we survey no here and toss.
Survey I deal with numbers. I say number I better say discuss and data be a discuss these are proven and tested data. I wabonting. Yeah. Because if figures fire about to a cotton so we win to say ya question ni pebi no my numbers no. Results in the year discussing. You can see your election results are a data a dawa a prove say you about to so these are the numbers I think about bonting. Surveys in a no I say this head count that is not population census for the last two population census in Ghana here me amiti here Canada
za
me na catch it me amiti here in Canada but you amiti see last survey population census survey omo ye na ye twetwe dan ho if you amiti me na ya metwere ho. What you say? Because so some of these surveys now you give room for some variances. Be what you say? Yeah. But this particular political surveys, especially into your going to elections near the other. Obi the morning na there or ya. And then Sabio who did the urban he can pay people or he can influence people. And as there's a survey institution be or also any interest or one candidate what I say to be projected something that looks like say Sabio candidate winner but no cross me woman and say we are serving in area. You know the aspect from say this is what's actually on the street. At least survey now it's a survey a set near if it is too different what is out. Then we realize say then it be some sort of third hand be influence data and any survey now there what they babontin. We have seen it. There's one poster organ how I did for the last best instance where the surveys in at the end of the amfa what you say what this is what is on the street. Utuni pesi abonti se now for Mike ebisa say among MPP nipa numu omo contest omo flag bearer no nipa ben na mo pese ye den ye to abama no dipa ben na Ghana ni hwehwe no na aside sa ne mani nyina no wasa bisa ho say out of communications ni message all these aspirants they put it out now. Which one of them na a bus street and I say what bonten and for the entire Ghana and see you can see the same message you call bonten. This message can win you elections. As I said the last time most of the candidates will be so be say nipa we message ben the water one. People don't even know it. Delegates road up be line to see randomly. Let me just say message saying somebody will tell you. Sabio we have Brian message saying episode I've not paid too much attention. No crap some when you say Sabio you don't know can Japan no you be can be but campaign again for 2023 they call presidential primaries. What they compare now Sabio now you be a kind of now any other campaign you should know say Honorable Ken the campaign now this time around and it has taken a different shift altogether.
Sure.
As I say, you can say, on the only candidate who have more constituency than any other candidate.
Sure.
You call various grants honorable can Japan any campaigner. See the testimonies and the evidences that comes out. These are messages that attach Ghana for more, even aside the candidates, delegates, yesterday or for instance, Babia woman ya send by medicine and this message is a huge campaign message.
Yes,
that's the last time I said.
And it's and yes or cotton baby no.
And you must evidence that
why baby.
What you say? Because will be enyuma sabio unyuma na be hu dance ya. No be say nipa enyuma na din. These are the facts we are talking about. And the delegates, Mama, we are coming from my head some of these data and these figures. Near what Bonsen say, Nipa, we can't want some say Nipa, we are no quafua. And dance a band, the one who so we are no quafua.
You see, one more survey on the data, no, or more a day. Say, I mind game to almost playing for mind. And you say, oh, there will be our smart in politics. I want to be also Hannah win and no
call cry here. And then or the survey baba. But do it, Chinano. But another survey baba contain a sample size about 2,000. No, be someone say, how long did it take this? I like, and remember the DNA within the space of 1 week to conduct a survey of these numbers. Obi or a data person here, you said, for you to even conduct a survey of about 2,000 people,
credible
size, credible.
Yeah.
It will take you close to 3 months for you to run that kind of survey. Nipa 2,000 or something year come. So for you to ask about 4 or 5 questions for the Nipa 2,000, would it will take you so much of this until we now 1 week be or the survey baba, 1 week be or the survey baba. We be someone say. Ne your friend is saying strategies ne ben or usually as service now cohesa and strategy ne methodology or the now resource now you realize that it does not add up it doesn't add up so delegates ni now at least we be someone say nipa ben ya interview or to get this results in here you realize that most of them does not even know what is happening. And the reality is that see you obi ho dance say nipa no de adwuma beba nipa ne campaign message ni nipa no num sem o kan nsem opese oye ma o ma Ghana ni a no obi sa won say evidence ben the da bontin wo say nipa we no odi ni ko gina bontin say ka say nipa we ma Ghana for adwuma ya no obi sa won say nipa we contribution ben and odi ama Ghana in the area of job creation. And that is the evidence that is out there. Mini odame call your friend is a washing bill on Friday. And now, Omuhu said, Honorable Ken, stick up on the car. How washing bill for Nina? The video is out there. Randomly, will be Omunimo. People come out to say, yeah, they are talking about my NDCU, but somebody, Honorable Ken, Banko, dear. You better talk about man. Sancrophone and yes, be honorable can influence one will be not influence you. That is the reality. Ni pepe juma and sorry ye honorable Ken. One of the messenger or the Babantin said Ghana about $4.5 billion worth of importations a year for Enuane Numa Yedino obey president. What did never see from so butchers had in him? No, be someone says, Sandy Poe, you know, so pain or one, I say, and Sena Hoban or what, which me on Saku could say, or back by a president, or betcha in your name inputs. No, be then no one who say Nipoe, you know, can say, or fruit juice factory and car factory, and the whole. And the Sandy Poe catcher say, Obecha importation of soft drinks near the man. Already here something that Dahwa is and a whole
Medasi Messa about Subio CO2334 set men Kyle say Opesika ede abobra within 6 months Ombeboa Mansaka Ayadea or Kabiwa Brucho Peso deba Gausika Semino insiso CO233 improve for semen cancer set ɔmbɛboa ama wo de car na ba na wayi ama wo ho ahan wo ade a wo property bi a wo ton sɛ ye fie wo pɛ wo ton sɛ ɛyɛ asase car wo pɛ wo ton ana wo bi a wo pɛ wo tɔ ɔmo tɔtɔn hyɛ no enso fama me frɛ wo mo na ɛne wo mo ni nkɔmɔ na wo ho han wo na de ɛba ne sɛ yɛnsɛ sɛ wo brɛ bebree 0244 533082 0244 533082 0208 318 497 0208 318 497 Mr. Tumrika kom ho na ohun ha osanse ene se nyame wadom na company bi base no mo bo Omanfo a okwa na won so ohun ahan wo kai na hye no so ye kwa homa no so na ye di nkomotew ewia na afi yasan aba enua Alex Jemfi is a legal practitioner wadwani ye ne no ni nkomo kakra menua me mo acha no pay
Dana jo so me charity for
na ho te say
e ho adom na mo bible
okay ya da se no pay say waje enso ma ye beba MPP party kesiye yaja wa obese o se ya so party ya ye beba ne aba bedi mu nkomo kakra but ma men chance ye mfam free mrahye badwafie enema hodo a ekoso e wo minority for kire se okom mrahye badwafie a edom kesiye no ne wodi wo manim onfa na adwuma emfanto asem ne yetietia obeka ya office of the special prosecutor Brahma Mpani e ka se wono ma se yenyi office ne mfiri ho no ade a wo mo pre wo ho no na majority leader nso so ne ni nua ka bom se still no office no ne wo ho wo mo nso de nkrata egu parliament house se wo mo ne Mampani enya adwen minority for se ni wo mo ye ne kire se wo pese wo mo titi Mampani anim minim sa asem no wate
yo ya me da sina me chia ono wo tiefo eja me chia kakra bi na me de bema go fast ba pania enra amani ampon britu a wasan church ma go she na nyam o fast akus ba ko a na efre no na ba ko a afumu a odi kan asanti achum ago hema dabi hema akusi amma tinkwa na nkwada chala na kwachi ya enyanwa so hu se emre bia ye be no man mu no ye de bibia ye fe no memorandum ka ho e kire emra no ni nti ayeye any problem kura ye pese emra no e solve gen lawyer for ye fe no lacuna nti emre bia woni nti ayeye aban kro ana attorney general with them na beko parliament no obekire ne reason ansa na owura kufuado e ba bedi akunya no na e wo krom ha se attorney general ya wo ye aban lawyer panin no no asan ha tentrene so no sa dwuma no a ye di ama attorney general no ye nchemu mienu yen creative minister for justice or tentrene na yen attorney general principal legal advisor to government aban bia hia futufo omra ho adwuma bia asori ekuo oman community association obia hia lawyer if you send your obey na say ye hwese ene emrasia entibra owura Kufuado ye ne campaign na or draw the manifesto no can say what the bibia ye friend no special prosecutor beba na sa special prosecutor no wo hwe aman horo ni bi so a omo wo bi America for wo ye friend no independent councils ono oye temporary bibi tutu bi ba na hia say you taking out of political hands na sa special prosecutor ye create bi some kind year e bi na ye investigation e ma Nixon the Watergate scandal 1974 or thereabout e ma Nixon akunya bo na ofre akunya so ebra we about Clinton ho ba asem ne Monica Lewinsky The ma will be say, to be investigation. Now, young Krumhano, now fairly decline this independent council be back. Where for bridge, there are Nintia, Ebeba, Nintia, Emma. By a record for Adro, or the next form of no only when you or the buy. Yow, Ebebano. A Juma be na tell general at that time, the secular Kufu, and crop for ye. Ye koha, ye could be some, ye could you opinion, ye children, you'll be canning in our boom in the Emra. Until Emrana ba, Abbott Nasi. Na office no, say legitimate, saying illegitimate, will be the Supreme Court. Maybe the baby a Michelano, mean to mean can say a right and that, because I see I got the Supreme Court. Office no year Juma. Near one, any Ura Yarga, any Ura president, Ura Mahama, I can. Now, no, me catch there will say, be a super majority in that room. The almost person will be a home bay. Now, one of my sign, I can swear with him, I may have to pay him. I am to say, as I dare no, woman named who she now will be a push. Everyone said the head of the executive and the head of parliament, the majority leader in parliament, will openly disagree on this. Now, President Abeka said, "Ye manango na ura ya daganso akeka say ye nyimfiri ho." Say banchenya eja na beche. Say mrana nya will be the Supreme Court. Ye ma Supreme Court nyede en kasa. Enti Sekoba say minority for it raise concerns to some extent no a genuine omo no one e kan okura kire yen yewura mampani ani yewura yarga omo no one e kan okura kire yen e na kire sent ani pa mi no emmo adwempo bi yawo moma yamfa ye ni nkoya chi o owura Idrisu Haruna ani owura SK Babin omo na staki Kufuado late problems na say will be a kujina independent candidate will be across the carpet and a parliament be ni pay me you save two people and a weekend a final feather and no we need listen no omo ba yo no say so mo researching ko yinima bo akro agi say chichi nipa won mu yo mo adwuma e chief justice e electoral commissioner and deputy so ye call one of my castle nkofo abai aban fa o madwuma mu a legitimately they find the be a could do court bi wo ya san for moboko ya me de me nhumani mu ye emo majority for can say we are on resign they are entitled to that claim as to whether say omo de mra be principle no we see form and now we see form no e yo no asema
yeah minority for yeah.
Yes, maybe it's not see the yaw. Minority call no, it is in right direction.
Very well.
As one say, what do one beka? Said if I can't be any eternal dear. No one answer.
Okay, Mamma no say, mention me jam wakwa you. Mamma Kai Omanfm say, enche ebedwan era ken and ne obewo UTV ebedwan no na ye feed no e de abremo said the or any other area bia ye no. Na oral examfi back to MPP or party. Yehwe ni musenka other candidate a omo kan yura ken ho no omo de messages ne enkomo bi beba na nka nyina yatumi adibi ama omanfo a ombeto aba no atumi ate ase for now me share dan hunu message bia imu du a enam je say yura ken na oba greater Accra na ode atodwa se ade a airport ya ye Kotoka International Airport no be pese obeyi dia kopram baby ya market for an airport na ode Kotoka International Airport no mom aye domestic flight ho adwuma sa asem no ade abi no mo ka se over ambitious mu odudodo wo hu ne say
ya me da se bi me chia me raba ya o backen and other countries na medical kan wa home say a matter of strategy and you be say me focus on the internal party delegates shaping the nation ɛna meyie yɛ no wɔ na mewie maba national kan ne nkurɔfoɔ ne ɔmo campaign strategy sɛ yɛde yɛbɛrun ne nyinaa to sɛ yɛyɛ sure sɛ akonnwa no yɛ nsa bɛka enti idea no anaa strategy no na ebe determine sɛnea wɔbɛyɛ adeɛ enti nea obiara yɛ na at this stage no we can't fault him or her we can only encourage them say ɔmo nkɔ so mfa ɔmo message no ɛma delegate no internal party contest competition no ɛyɛ fair na ɛyɛ based on ideas a ɛboa party no image neɛ wobisa biem no me adwempɔ yɛ tiawa sɛ woyɛ internal contest ni yie a ɛboa wo ɛma wotumi edu obotae no ho ifisɛ wobɛka sɛ yɛnkɔ class 1 a yɛnkɔ class 3 ɛyɛ nokora nso sɛ ɛnyɛ nipa nyinaa ɛna kɔ class 1 ansa na wɔn kɔ class 3 yɛyɛ secondary school na yɛredi literature na yɛredi math def obi si ahyɛ ne bɔ sɛ ne fi abɛɛfoɔ kyerɛ ne bɔ sɛ ɔno deɛ onipa a ɔbaa wo no ntumi nkum no nti da biara na wahotosoɔ sɛ obedi nkunim daa ɛbaa sɛ obi bɛkun no kaa sɛ mede yɛ anome o ɛyɛ cesarean operation enti wɔn sɛ yaw biribiara a wobɛfa no ɛwɔ ne other side let it be run that way party from mpanyinfoɔ ɛnhwɛ so yie obiara nhwɛ ne kasa yie obiara communicate with ideas. You may disagree with a person, but be civil to the person and to the system. We understand we can make progress.
But Adrinia, a war meyi airport at the Akko Pram no. A idea baby Gina so may, man penny be to me.
Yow, we hear ideas. Now we are drive one mind. Into the political parties are run on what you call ideologies. And here, Marcus and the SLK, Diacasia, and the SLSU. And to say, Ura, can Japan see the vision? They say, well, no, we make it a sad difference now. We should support him. I don't see her. And a GH Men's and President Kufuor campaign say, you better national health insurance. Oh, man. One more my ideas, Nissan. No more woman in the can say, ye. Ebem. You have Jay Kufuor can say, Wabema free maternal care. One say, and yet possible. A year possible. You will come her. And the Kufuor can say, obey free education. One say, this is 20 years later. I can't come across to me. Yenya, no, your president, he could now central with your baby can say, so no over 2 billion cities as $2 billion. I'm fine yet free education. And by who say, we focus on your free education. And now by the feeling, Obiane about secondary school, who say, we are paying. Make me about secondary school, we are paying. We are paying and we are paying very painfully. Meanwhile, under Kufuor, he made sure, say, Sikabia Obenya, Bema Paco school, and that she will be a Bayura and a Kratino. Obeshe.
But my men now was medical now, so he said, you perceive a journey or UTV, and my men now was say, we just want to make you a point, Nana, Yame Aduma Ochina, Ebe sign at was on a Yadaji in Tieno. Okay, Alex Yemfi and Yatin and Cano, straight away, Yanko. And control. Okay. Okay, when we say we need position, but obedience over Casse, a dear and also in a way, a bit me a grounded. Sebia will be near contract. But what buying a honor man as what buying a rulia. The possibility say will be near contract no a high. And honorable Ken, the past administration no we near contractor. Of course, this is Kabaya. Make a top pickups, 240 pickups, used ones. Every more. Now maybe a contract. Minya contract. But we can't say contract. At least there's evidence.
nation. Oman shaping the nation. Oman shaping the nation. Oman
Mahama and the NDC government have intensified their relentless crusade against the independence of Ghana's judiciary, an assault that has now culminated into a dangerous and unconstitutional move: the suspension and planned removal of Chief Justice of the Republic, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Eraba Isaba Saki Tokuno, by none other than Mr. Mahama himself. The NPP profoundly disapproves and vehemently condemns this blatant disregard for constitutional order, judicial sanctity, and democratic norms. This action taken under the pretext of Article 146 of the 1982 Constitution constitutes a grave threat to judicial independence, a reckless abuse of executive discretion, and an affront to the rule of law. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we consider this suspension not only unconstitutional, but procedurally flawed, but also politically motivated and executed with alarming disregard for the sanctity of due process. Additionally, Article 146 clearly stipulates that the President has no direct authority to suspend or remove the sitting justice of the Superior Court, including the Chief Justice, without recourse to an independent investigative mechanism. In such matters, the President is merely a transmitting agent, not a judge, prosecutor, a decision maker. Therefore, suspension of the Chief of Staff is ultra-virus, unconstitutional, and without any delay. The MPP also wishes to highlight
baby I'm picky free bam fie East Legon yet and let enemies. But because now working the flip side and it said party for no a Ghana for the okay now no yako pon katamanso testimony nipa mienu ebema wo me bako osi maami bi oye woman polling station woman organizer okay ochi ade anopa da ye hunu ye gu no nanim ene sabi ne nufu ho nyina omu fra party panyin bi a omamwa wo Emma, ofre your castle police station.
one organizer Panam so. The first 37, Monfani. And they brought the woman. We didn't know. Near you call it any dog Kasai. No, see you. Oh, shit. Benson in here. I'm so out. cargo planes at the new man echo. When you know, my sister, me businessman, Menkwa, Mintimi, and
okay.
Mintimi.
Ebi so I view say you trust the country in the hands of a businessman. Or the bear enriching them. There's no way so better how many businesses are collapsing. Or the energy been at the moment.
Yeah, very simple. Omo in business here, and a baker say, me baby, oh, hear me from a say dumping. Baby, my bedroom. Me yanko pon kura betri ameka. Yeah, said me be fat Ghana sika, and they are enrichment. Yanko pon betri ameka. Rather, it's good for the businessmen because me a businessman. Frustrations we go through Ghana. Who establish a business we are enemy to the government. Policies are binding Beninano. It doesn't encourage businesses except foreigners.
And recently you made a comment about say GRA injuries or more say businessmen. Me
coastal at the park coastal ni Lebanese in India you share war. Me coastal 14,000 tons. Around the area about 1,000 something. Now we share the fleet of trucks a banho ebe fish as a load fish. Now many diano enipa emma ho regularly. Now omo the GRA for betina me coastal for 3 months. Now omo arrogance pa. Or no worker from GRA. Instructions are Obama owner no. You have no idea. Meanwhile, no Lebanese in anything. No. Till one day I called them and said, Mumra, how many trucks is this a small coast on our worker? Have you seen that 3 months now mobile? Why do you treat Ghanaians like that? Why? I don't think you leave Lebanese off the hook. Let's trucks, businesses are all here.
What reason is saying?
Almost say only a small scale. Na small scale, no. Trucks no ebe equal, a banner equal. Large scale. Me my register VAT. I'm with your taxes, no. And what more back line. And this a year making. Almost changing company needing 5 times. Lebanese for. That's what they do. Again, Ghana, South Korea loan. And they are expanding business. My sister, 35%. Ghana bank be by approaching so. Yabama may almost the state of the steel plant in Yabama are here 22%. Abra 8 companies are when steel in our foreigners. They take a loan from Omkrum. Between 3 to 5%. And to me, I would demand 22%. Better than I'm not competing. And to them, meaning what to do for businesses in this country. Right? Say now, me no crazy no more permasem. A crash for more to me a co. Mako Jessica 800 million. Some of the boost businesses, entrepreneurs. No more formal development bank. Development bank no way no must have this akoma commercial banks at a rate of 18%. What business no? Because bank now with this 18% and also at an interest better so because or default you are expecting your 18%. So what have you done to Ghanaian businesses? I have the experience. Okay. I know what to do. I call something Asia Miracle. Asia Miracle, we say, we identify your boss. Say, we're a veteran in business. What are his challenges? Government. Ebetimi abuano. Am I expanding? No, what you mean? Creating more employment. They give loans. Untria interest, but they will ensure the payback. That is exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, so without interest, but you can't amount
you pay back. Okay, but Ghana have default rates and also into the politics are Ombegu country. No?
Okay.
But we still have to believe in Ghanaians. So we are capable of doing everything. But at the same time, we have to be disciplined. And your party asem, and your mini asem.
Okay.
Why? Yeah. Government will be a shareholder in the business based on the percentage of sika the amount akoto equipment. When you pay it off, the business is yours. We move on.
Oh, but now one sika without interest, nani pano 8 year. Government and so better survive it.
So what can I answer question? Who's in any pan 8 year?
Say in si one so no bit media done. For instance, your exchange rates are about your forex are and stable. Now oko money panisika. The time money pani betuano, na se bia sikan be $1 a higher. How do you
you pay it in dollars? Again, the key point here is that employment. Don't think of the money that you are going to make alone. The people that you create jobs for them. A hokurano taxes can offset their loan. What you say? Look, why is it that China for Emma almost citizens Sisika, no interest, nothing, to go and invest in Africa? Now, Okwemi, why are imports? A year Ghana for a year there, and he said, Ghana products, you know, on the other way, that the board didn't change, I want to import to a better duty. Why? Okwemi has no subsidies. Fertilizer, Otria, other chemicals, Otria, Okojilona, in Simu, Oba Nabi and the board. And the agro processing industries, Omo Omoton at a higher age. Near ethanol plant, Ewo Adidomi, $100 million. Meaning, conform way, as Omo catch them and say, Ghana a boarding, and the young Koto a browning free Brazil. And say, Obi a Maimati Ghana a German, some baby Juma, Ama, water for any BIA, Menkoto a Bruno way. Whatever it takes to reduce the cost of production, competitive, I'm going to do it. That is mechanized, large scale, with irrigation, a long-term investment, but I'm prepared to do it. I don't say, so to me, a Bruno, $150 per ton. In 2 years, $100 million in America. So that's my goal now. In Ghana, in your mabua, a guinea, and nam loan in Simu. Another thing I cool businesses, they have to believe in me. And he said, electricity. Electricity. The cost of electricity, Malusu 2 investors. They came here, India, for me buy. A Juma person here, and will be some say, India, electricity, a boat say. And I'm so, 15 cents per kilowatt hour. I say, how? On Tiase. They move the company factory on Giebayan, Cote d'Ivoire at 8 cents per kilowatt hour. How are we going to compete with Ivorians? Now, Melaya is into poultry. Oframia also to Kwako Africos. You are selecting 3 biggest poultry farmers to go and learn poultry in Ivory Coast. I was sad. That is why you need a businessman who have experience. Maybe I'm a manufacturer as well. And I mean, challenges in businesses are say to me, a solve our problem now. Employment is creative.
Kasafa a solve our problem now. And a daily guide Ediaba. I will ban $4.5 billion food imports. Honorable Kennedy Japan.
Yeah. Let me explain them. Before you ban it, you should make sure that your supply exceeds demand. Into the first year, you have the year preparation, farmers, subsidies here making, because, Ebro, my sister, 5 northern regions, Ashanti region, Eastern region, Central region, Western region, Volta region, everywhere, it do Ebro. everywhere. And so you import corn oil. This is an example of it. Now, majority of Ghanaians import nimse ya be a broya and one. Now, ukwa pharmacy, papa bi wabeche me bro 1,000 bucks. Wadwa bro no na ba na onya buyers. Meanwhile, when you have wet process. Wet process no ubetimi anya in mobile 5 room at a go.
Okay.
And a dry one ubenya 3. Into wet processing, the machines no the board the chain dry again.
Okay.
Wet process you can get ethanol, you can get starch, you can get oil, you can get poultry feeds, you can get carbon. Carbon. Sa Pepsi Cola also be so yes. And now the quantity now we 50,000 tons. Breweries you have ground. They don't even buy to 50,000 tons. And no cry a problem. And as a exporter, the difference is $30. I'm saying, well, a big wire waste in it, let's export it and still make the $30.
I see.
Right? We corn grits. Syria. It's a baby. A brilliant to me. Can't even know we. Good. Got a new boy. Why is Syria? We package the NFA.
Of course, oh, yeah, no war. Where a gun in India.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no war. Wasa Amenfi. Wasa Krupon. And a boy see ASA. These are the people I'm talking of. Say, we have to identify them and help them.
Okay. Enti sa nneema we say na ye betimi aye wo ha say no. Aye ye de free ama no ne ba no. Eno na wo ka ho asem se be ba ne. Honorable ye kasa say you made mention of enam wo coastal.
Yeah.
Does it mean say wo be ba ne coastal so ana? Sa products
why not?
No?
Why not? I'm going to build Mauritania, Morocco, Namibia, Angola. That is where Ghana for a fishing harbor at Okay. Now banning importation will not affect them because Mamika themselves, if they don't get it right, I'm going to give fishing vessels to canoe owners. So I canoe no fish market. We are going to give them right. You give them fishing vessels with government guarantee loans, everything, for them to pay in 10 years, no interest.
Hey.
Yes. My sister, yes, sir. You import $450 million fish a year into this country. Now, Obama, put here for 1 year, 450 million at fishing vessels. Do you know how much money we are going to make out of it? And how many years would be offsetting 450 million? Because the fishing industry is between 80 to $100 billion. And Ghana, we are not taking advantage of the sea.
What about sea? What can also the Ube hotel Ube sea airports Ube Beko and
yes.
Obi baby say Sanya maka kaka we on no Kennedy Japan ekeken e he fa no ko sika ba ka me kan say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa campaign say politicians dey mutimi twantro especially say mo ye campaigner and someone mo be kan no ye someone abi wo no ma ntumi enye obekwa ko sika wo he na wo dey aye we nya
mama sika ye benya no ha ya
ye benya sika wa
because we have to get our basics right. When we have the basics right, say sika ye nya wo Ghana ha acquire your faso and spend this sika no, I will stop it and make sure that we put into good use.
Ube stop it. How are you going to stop
the
it?
loopholes? Ask the finance ministers themselves, they will tell you the loopholes. I'll block all the loopholes and make sure that revenue no abayin ho yet media yes project again. Mami answer. If I tell you say I'm going to build a hotel in the middle of the sea. I've lined up investors already. And the builder himself, Abekurumuha, Menena Baha. Madam, I just don't talk. I brought the Jordanian to see Sa Hotel, no. I was in Zurich, I was Dubai. I brought him here. We've inspected the place. Ochusu from Committee 3, Watra Habo, because of the Habo, into Obanenim to Jehovah Witness side. And when you are penetrating, I could see in a hotel no a problem. Obahano, and walk at them so, no minim, walk at them so. The classmate were on in the call Harvard. I had B5. Now I had still, you know. I was in a classmate, you know. So we went to Santoku, Zania friend, Villaggio, Japanese restaurant, and a cocktail. So we need here at the center of the World Hotel. You started. I've laid down the plans, and again, the answer to your question is, I am partnering. Ghanaians are going to partner investors. I am a woman who am 100%. If government has to guarantee loans, Krama, local banks, you know, and Masika, I will also force them, because the government is guaranteeing, you cannot charge them 35%. Or else you knock them out of business. I've lined up 13 billionaires, but Kukura become 114. Or no, or build ships, or design and build ships, Indian billionaire. Only here, president of Billionaires Association in Dubai. He was here. I mean, in a call, Charles BC was there. Ready. What forced me and campaign into sign MOU to be see February. Also, on the young man 50 acres for Takoradi Port, he will start building. So that is what I mean. What you say? I have investors to say, Maji Adidomi 30,000 acres. Yeah, by ethanol plant. I'm doing it with the investors. What I am interested is the employment of 2 factories in Adidomi and Adakulu, 5,000 workers. And a government, any taxes, a fee, any production, export, a buying so, you have to take risk in business. And we don't have to be myopic thinkers. Oh, no, wait as soon and do. Here, my koto iron rods. Now a big project number. I wanted a discount because around 8 companies, meaning I foreigners. So what? I'm going to build a steel plant, and I've done exactly that.
I see. Honorable, the work Kenya na idea ebeboa Omanfm. And again, ebesanya Barbie Drew say, as a sewe Omanpanyin and son and Yama Waki Kenya na whatimi ayana.
And I'm sure Magia Assassin, 30,000 acres. Adakulu, 30,000 acres. Adidomi, 56,300 acres. Yere tomatoes.
Okay.
Near Kani, near cherry tomatoes. Spain, they were contract already that they want to buy. Oko North Wa, soya bean. They were contract from Chinese company, 2.5 million tons already. You know what I say? Potting Ochirako. I've acquired Asasi 15,000 acres. And here you 100 acres per for pharmaceutical industry, the biggest in West Africa. Ninano I on hold because of campaign.
Oh, okay. So I idea
oh yes, win or lose.
Lose. Oh, okay.
I mean, may very daring.
Okay.
Win or lose. Let us go to Asasika. You may get to work again. How?
I mean, because who person the president who we more then no what me establishing in
you see when you know
idea will be okay mame and kind as someone who can when they say I don't speak good English, good enough English to go to IMF for loans, tell them this: Ghana needs experts in job creation, not experts in loan collection.
Yeah.
And he found a very good in our more expert in speaking good English for loan collection.
Now, why in a better TV so I can't say, oh, young Toma, sa candidate way on the Tibrofo, na Canadian Japan on Tibrofo. China no, Yakoba business on the Brofo na Yajuma. Korea for on the Brofo na Yajuma. Malaysia for at the Brofo na Yajuma. Only mistake. India for almost fixing misty planting. One day, me buy a my iron rods line every 222 meters. To be called Gina, it a trillion. Now, my friend, I'm so young call lunch. Now, don't call Usu Noble. Yakoano, Mr. Tessa may come before and a bacco, sorry, oh boss. No money line a chibrofu. Me imagine say India a British colony into automatically Omu. These are engineers. Omu Krabie, Omu di Omu Krum, Omu province, Omu Kasanu, Omu different. Omu di Omu language. And I yes machines you know your tongue. Day na Ghana and Kwade. Your leaders no say this a brofu kwa. Now Uganda is Kapuan, a Mudu was a doctorate degree. Yet the doctor, the man cry, the church, based on the Juma White. And all over the world. So say na take for no Bemwa, unya educated people here. And this out to Ghana. You see the problem we have in this country is brofo. Now brofo, we are say you know IMF. Yeah, but some Cassia you can't. Yes, we have failed. We have to admit, as people, apologize to Ghanaians and move on. But you can't, Musi Yasegan. Now, a whole lawyer, a team beginaho, a case, Canadian Japan Tibrofu, Obizu Mekwa come motherfucker. Even if I say motherfucker, and a Ghana for Benya Jumaya, oh, that is good, that is good, that will be a clinical, that is good. Now your pocket is empty.
So meaning say as someone because you say lawyer touching and I can't ask me say yem toma monto delegates into abama will be a unakuma enha no boko to blue and answer sebi asema wo kan we na ano edin do don't no okay asema makoto no blue. You see also come make a statement a good one must say a disco boy be a year audio be by video and some I will not repeat it and attach a minimum answer channel. Some minimum answer channel and continue the minister that the way OCDD a Kufuadu attempt actually more Heathrow Airport. No say a new one in a Niswa a Kufuadu government of a G minister. Wow.
Yeah, we see Heathrow Airport airtime in summer or kind. No, me to repeat it.
Why your lawyer paying?
Only I'm a lawyer.
Only a lawyer.
No, but I'm a classmate.
Okay.
Meaning the Swedish boom. Me try economics, not literature. Yeah, near a room former. A discourse former near.
I know some do anything.
Debbie, I can't say. First, Nanka, this time you're too much to make.
Oh no. And also, Omanfm, you know what I say. Hey, you're sure not working in Japan. You're taming on that. You're doing a lot of disservice to yourself. Why you need one? You need say. On a weekend,
but I'm so strong. Even a Kobam no do a lot of politicians will not even get the courage to come and speak to you because intimidation. They are still deceiving themselves that we are in power. We are not, and they are still intimidating. But I'm cool with it. Now, and yes, sir, will be a truthful. Me to move first.
Okay.
And son, me who said, Ghana for Kurano. Now, MP Baku, a friend. No, catch up the massa, say, a do so. You are going to win. Name of Okano credit, politics and Kano Cressa.
Son, MP Negature.
Yes, not at the speaker, no, my little. Did that be out here, Masu? That's all come But say it's affecting MPP party.
wono kreka wo kan
yes
nka me ba ho abebisa say don't you think say ensem ni bi wo hono mo a from 2013 ebe 2024 and campaign period no in a way no Emma National Democratic Congress upper hand over a MPP because of ensem okaye they use against party
no maminka yinicho ni ana me pacha say menka sam affect party no
oh who kasa wonka momo no
yeah maminka sam chiro you win election 2020 NDC for ko Benin Kantamanto papa bia na o lead MPP campaign the shops bear 6 almost shini nyina
honorable who say NDC for ko
yes I community do that yeah because also NDC for
okay
and they did that to the man and to be quiet me tell some am ko hwe won na me ka jirum say samushi obia shop obia mu a me teacher homes me fie wo me were the same liar President Mahama was yes so ko ko shi ni fie everyone ana is easy obi anye but President Mahama is a good friend oh my heart me penance on no answer per masem genuine and so MPP munti look at the statement I made now and let MPP for a issue against me say 10 cents of Canada Japan abra me cast asem in defense of MPP woman cautious stores indeed they went to Ashanti region but the moment I made the statement there was a halt. Have I saved the party or destroyed the party? 10 cents of Canada Japan and let me say Moses Kwaji 10 commandments all these years what is here to be account 11 it is they say men kwaka bibia and acquire 11 cents of Canada Japan but I can assure you say come the manu true a choir the MPP for bifa yansi a chiwoma no mu kam ajeme wo no but this time me most of the presidential material me trust me presidential material na enam MPP hunti I stoop so low to defend the party omo kaso omo presidential me president opa ye ne maintain say 1 on 1 so busu so what is do so no moto but politics indeed Obia to me to do what anyhow, but this time I ignore them.
So in Nino Ubu Ponkosho Wachia, do you regret making certain statements? Do you regret defending your party in that manner?
Yeah, for the payment. Yes, that is why I apologize to President Mahama. And I'll continue to apologize to him. And then one could defend the MPP. Yes, me an informant to Yoko. That no cry, no cranny. Me name is 1 on 1. Da. But me who picture any journalist near all you know. But and go for your campaigns and making it Japan. Me informant to Yoko.
Oka informant asemui. Ebi eka say oh honorable Kendie. Ye can youth ye can grassroots Omanfm epena sempa. Musa dankwa enso eye hwehwemu odi betu dwa say si ye ka nkofo mu support wo pa NDC for e support wo yie pa. Nti say wo compare say in a way it's a competition into my competitor no mo support wa. Don't you think say expose you know the weakness of a party not structures and executives
and actually will say the Canadian Japan back even NDC for will vote for me
and then you know looking at a primary mobile bekono
right
and you want no delegate again
they have a
and grassroots and also delegate. How are you going to transform way for into delegate and I say in a way, a bit me as a
so NDC need to all catch say for Canada, Japan, Brana, and Bar, Yemi Kraiba Tuamana is a strong message to you not to make a mistake.
You miss a baby so on the other side, no, or Moon is about to a bum, but they just want to have you said
the flip side. I'm not a weaker candidate.
Okay.
I'm bold and decisive leader. I'm not going to be coward. They see other candidates as a prey. I bet me at to show almost so just like me and this is over to me. I am not going to accept defeat 10 as early as 10 a.m. Young Kali MP Saba Enye Namako.
And I know already Justin Kodia Ebe Kain say sad decision of coming out to accept defeat wasn't a sole decision. It was a collective thing. Even Onunimpono came in and Kanya Samboa. To be fair, no, and yet Dr. Baumiana Kasana didn't pay a buy in painful
in painful political experience in the now almost argument say you could take a decision abra ye kai aba ye now we accept defeat what been on other parliamentary candidates. That is why we lost miserably with the pieces.
Almost no more Johnny Ghana for you now.
Ghana for hold on, madam, we are mistaken. You have to accept. And Koyawa Green say Uko city on the fence. Why Epimenides? Unkoha Emma. No, why mistaken? Be bold and say so. It was a mistake on our part. So Munina Koya. And the other child say, in about 20 could take a decision, I want to make a mistake. Let me say, now me free, Alex Markin. If ye, me kohe, naba, so muka we. Me see kwemwa. Yes, breaking news. Papa no, ebaya, wa accept defeat. Now ye gusu kan aba. Typical example is Tema Central. Sanyame, and Gelusu seat in us. And Yame, Gelusu seat in us. Young kind we yano announcement in the back pepper and NDC for bugu iso. I had to call reinforcement to the EC. And Ukraino, woman go for one penny so already a boss, and we are so good. Still, they forced Tema West EC to declare Tema Central for NDC. Nam see here, Yampene. Here court and PP Fontaine. Right? Then fight gentle. And a nipa of green one kuano on winning or minor and now party on your good leader. Me say when these guys were going to court, I was the only person many have a phenomenon. And your court. That is how come we got Tema Central. Where were they? Omukwa Omono. A benefit to more. Where were they?
A benefit to almost the same.
Now maybe call a president to be. Maybe lose in Jibankobi. Mo Kobi Amuji Mono. And never ya bro. Tama good. Maha police a year why. Tesano police station. Omo di baho ebe kai. Alex Markin we bold. We bold. MPP for you Ghanaian. Na akano na NDC for more basso na otio. What are we talking
about one ball yonko honorable Alexander Finyomakin the ebinomo say omo disappointed in leadership the way o see ye niema e parliament in the won hwe no ma stage we say ya chi we meet no di enimu omo ne say and now critics. And even with the ruling party,
NDC for Abiomuye, Omurefi, and our critics in Iran, Omu position, say, oh, Alex Markin, Obiso minority leader, it should come from Eastern region, it should come from Ashanti region. But I'm so from
but now I get attention. A bit more penny.
Oh, din. First rank mabu bobu nyina din. But this time in mean, my friend, I catch a crash, just post me too. Because now, you bet me a DD for the rest of your life. And my woman, yes, as a winner MP. Now, me who told me, pa, intimately, I don't try to look nice apart from my voice. Although nipa ba me nche no sa school fees and my would ya to and I say uba pe me se ko MPO
they say they won't come say bi o what's the
yeah that be twiesi catch na sika ni twa mu en ha me se pressure
one more time pressure
yeah say nipa no un plan is uba man bibi na wato or the ba edinachi or the way I say and let me fear By 4 months in the ground, and call us in. And here we are, and come with peace of mind. And it's a Ubo and you're emptying one a bit in a more so. They say the pressure will form come up.
Even campaign and message,
because my cycle was a Sika Mutua, and you know, and having
Sika would be as a saying.
Oh, so we call around, or be the car, a buy. Everything was about won't be na uncle. So you have to give him something.
See. So meaning says this a ubenya ubetimi I presidential candidate and I say even to get after the primaries and I say to be a flag bearer near there. You not need less than $100 million. No cressa.
Oh, I know they exaggerated.
Sir.
Oh, I know they exaggerated.
And the amount of money it was roughly discussing Ubenya to be a flag bearer.
Maybe I don't want to say it. The opponents are watching.
Hey, Honorable Ken. They say they're saying something you don't want to say. You don't want to say it.
No, this is strategic.
Somebody is aspiring to be, a presidential candidate or to even be a flag bearer for any of the parties. The panel person will be if it was saying
on your ready, sir. A very costly. Planning is very, very expensive.
Okay.
Very, very expensive.
Oh.
Now, why your budget is crap? Assembly at the better you'll be forced to pay.
Oh.
Another. It's easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, no, so no. Dr. Baumia can say, I'm my examples. Say President Kufuor, and yet one term or Koya, and a woman tomorrow citing and Kufuor, and so the former president. Because of that, so what try first. Now say, when ya yensai emfa 2 million money bill.
I will not let you laugh. Mamima, they are twisting history.
Okay.
And we have to straighten it. Obia oya diabolic, and obe make his statement.
Oh.
And you know, first, the first flag bearer of MPP, and Professor Dubois, Oko Bakuno. One, President Kufona or Boni did example. Adinti and one can say, a Dubois will call Bakuno, President Kufuor and Tiamanan come or contested. And what do we need? But before I forget, say Obianiwa Wako. Back where winning, Dr. Buzia, Orani, Owini, Liman, Orani, Owini, Rollins, Orani, Owini, first time, Mahama, or Vice President Orani, Owini. So don't let us
was IT ni pemi no.
And I'm one person or come no Emma delegate who no order that woman or to see history. I'm bold to tell you. So, or to see history.
Chinokrebia say.
Chinokrebi, yeah, near the Mabubo begin. Buzia, what is called 2 times? What is that Liban called 2 times? What is that Rollins called 2 times? What is that Mahama? The first time, no, yeah, called 2 times. Please. Don't even come across. But some say, you see, instead of apologizing to MPP for and Ghanaians, a friend who could justify, well, one. President Kufuor, Nientia, or 2 times. I want to know party member onim. So only and what may be our history. No,
Dr. Bomi,
no party me. No party me. 1996. No.
This is onim.
Exactly because
party no
history. Yeah, history because President Kufuor won or went 2 times because Obakaya Ebiana Edidiemana Usa. It took Afarijan 5 days 5 days to come and make the announcement. Obayanson or say, I need protection. We are baduniba. So nipa can say chirewa. That's just a kululu bi akoso. Emra was here man protection na obaya kofo 39%. Nyanka nyina watu rolling sedia. And no am I who said no. Kofo also appreciate Yadubu in 31 to 39. Yeah, we are no crown or 39. What you say? Now, sa justification or yen. Even Yadubu ya mano second chance. Who have you said your ball call to parliament? And your ball call to parliament. And he wrote a stolen verdict. Even that, ya mano second term. So, my sister, what are they saying? Kufuor, because of Afarijan, 5 days it took him to give announcement because of Lusunti. President Akufo-Addo, the first time, 2008, he won the election by 49.7% against Mills, but he couldn't cross the 50% plus one vote. And until you call second round, and also Obia and Crosso, and over the time, I could decide, and I President Mills, and we knew 23,000. 2012, we all saw what happened again to send the year Akufo-Addo. And until we decided to give Akufo-Addo the third chance. But with the idea, and Tama West, Ablekuma West, or your progression, you know. Idea 1.2 million Kufuor the Obenya here and the core here and Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo left with 6.7 million. He won with 6.7 million. About 6.7 million, dear Jawa, over to us. We have 4.6 million. A difference of 2.1. My sister. Baba nature.
Who attribute ASR laws not to say Abraham Obabem there were lots of things that a see here nunti ma Omanfm do na bufu because now at the end so a year only MPP for a kasa na say we have a discussion almost say enye
what boss I want
you see ama enye of friend say yeni ayen kofo na ankoto aba no esan se no mo bu ofu unyi ni se no so ka ho
have you also asked yourself that question?
A lot of policies. I mean, recently, President Kufuor can be
a progression. Any idea to it? Any year you
I will say a more year
from Edubuahim Kufuor.
Okay.
Nana Akufo-Addo. Any or no? Where baby a dear. Where baby a dear. Sekuben Afra, our theatre and Kachacha complete. What you form free as soon as say, I Chacha complete. Into Bana by associate. Now, what can be my answer? What can be first? No. O say, me someone make a career and I might lose the election.
Yeah, that's what Muam Kasamonko for.
Young call for. What message? Message is to destroy other candidates. Me omu Brian, Irene, candidate here. If you know, but what I catch I say, we better build the Ghana economy. Now you walk $1 to 4 cities. Now you're free soon 17.5 or 4. Now I catch I say, Canada, Japan, Kasa Wakai. Obi Oye presidential candidate. Who got wrong? He didn't speak about economy. And I dig it. Mufestiane mami. Here, any other election. Who go lose here? Now you are going to attribute it to Kennedy Japan. So me kasa chira woman no mutie and woman say na kanye too late for them. Me kachira mo say I was granted interview. Ewo Metro. Nam kachira say Ghana doesn't need change. Change needs Ghana. Hey, sir, arrogance near you know. They didn't listen. They didn't listen.
Oh no, but so be a dear. Na say enkoye kra. And I will say change in mood dimrike ko say there be.
But no enkoye I don't think get to tia you say. No enkoye. Me catch them say. Me catch them say. Look, Ghana for. What is our papa way back? Anybody at one government in the Ghana for decided 2022. And more Sikano a drop of woman and my businesses Sikashi and one for one. I was not part of the government. I was a member of parliament.
But now when board the beer, now on the board the beer so.
Omu propaganda. Board the ben you call. The ben and you call board also. The first time na Christian church. If you don't know, Christian church on an board chair. My second round here, and on them buy. Injury time, and on the years a board chair. Go there and ask Ghana Gas the changes I brought there. Go there and ask. Now you see, Madam, our bompa is obenyeska. Sika ye pa o. Enye nneoma nyina de bata pa. Hwa ye ko budget. Na me hwe wo mu sika na wo mu yam sere. No mu yam sere.
Because obetimi kwa wo
Exactly. And you know, o mu bi bia ni ho. Woni say Edabi MPP any pabone. They actually went to Ghana Gas. Say omo aya omo nya dent on me. Into be buy a board chairman. The beer ya a betting no more use you against me. I will be surprised that NDC for what Ghana Gas. I will more appreciating him here and omo friend. And to me, omo friend say, yes, we call Ghana Gas. Would do omo sika equate investment. And what am I so see? A Christian church at time. And a bad investment. I was not part of it. And the newspaper no from here other publishing. And I'm saying, oh, publish it for Saibiana. I'll come with the evidence for you to see. Then he went back to check our Ghana Gas. And it was a time one Ghana Gas for investment. No, oh, there's here. And the way you see running a politics, no, but me this time, me see my idea. Yeah,
but maybe the drama wakasana.
At an appropriate time, I will speak.
But anyone was not too late.
I too late. I give it to faith. I'm not going to respond to Obia. I will not.
To Obianka the
Obianka. But me statistics fire. They'll run away. Evidence I'm the back. Media, I just don't talk. I'll give you evidence. Once that touch and here, they catch us at Heathrow Airport. Why is there all airports in the world? So me do try. I don't think I'm because at Heathrow Airport. Obia dear, Onipa no go jina ho seminti brofu. Obia minti brofu. Between talk a dime $500,000 go for time. AU village at the chow. Emma would you rent or chihime and a native or $4,000 amount. Unyanza. Obrofu ni na hana obi a onti profu timi to dan no reacho na no wo ko high no ni office or high wo mu to amano me man $50,000 but I leave it to faith mo bi an kanidie
honorable unyi ni se obi ka se honorable Kennedy Japan na kuma eben na maybe omo feel say obi from wa you're too hard on the person.
But say me hard. At an appropriate time.
Oh, say when you're hard.
At an appropriate time, I know everything about them.
Then that's one more some now.
My boy, my train, my ding, you can be here.
What they just say Kobane say after Prime Minister no lose moment I best spell it.
No answer. Me near my Denisa. Na neya make me account. Ministry. Make me account. A bus medidi. Because I don't rely on politics to survive.
Obi the message about Mame and Kaima listening to Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon this morning on UTV. Maybe this morning on UTV gives me hope as a youth of this country. I am strong sympathizer of NDC, but should the MPP select Honorable Ken without contemplating, I'm waiting for him. And even if he doesn't win, he must go independent. Does it mean says a Honorable Kennedy Japon and winning or be called independent ana?
Ayo magne. Now I can survive. But I know it's I was going to go about.
So what can do you believe in structures? No, say na.
I believe in the structures, but last minute, easy for no committee in a
underground.
Yes.
So we
use party security. Omobabu Bia Obabejina because Ombekana that don't be they come Papa Kofi.
Honorable Ken, I among aspirants in Yanano. It's a walk Kasa, Nasibia, I mean the 10% course on near there, or reflected on a BAC 2013 2023.
Yeah.
Maybe Anya would day. Doesn't mean, say, in a way, no, Emma, what about some kind of bitterness be against the Taboniana?
Me no want that they cry. My life, no, he doesn't exist.
Hey.
Because he is existent, okay. That's how I see myself. What do you say? But I just don't want to say anything. One day, assembly a kufu fee. The ball papa bidding. Now Obiano, if you were the next day, no more post to say, oh, okay. But I thought Obia some ancient.
Okay.
Madam, what is your trimmer?
So doesn't mean
we are my free.
It means after the primaries and on a Dr. Baumia, will you campaign for him?
The last time I'm campaigning, to me for a phone, I can't thank you. No one said it matter. Yeah, they were insulting me. Let me go round. I'm a parliamentary candidate. I took him to my warehouse. And your mama did chair. Now our young boys, semi-man campaign.
Honorable Ken, only say one more sebi, batem na eyo musu sebi omo baka say.
And you want to do
and yes, I
am decision
recently, you share your mammy not to she and your most failure. Doesn't mean that we were behind her until the man
not to see you. No,
I say they was
switching. Me or Nama, me wouldn't be a woman. Me social media.
Okay.
Me news on sending bad and me be sorry. Me be crowd. I stay focused.
Staying focused, and your man now person will display na yes.
My vision. Ever gone. Hey, sir, yeah, me
$4.5 billion food imports.
Yeah, Ghana, Obi out and cry. Obano na omo nsuo na odi aduane no na wato ni aka na gu bi na sika wo kube ya di kube we afro ye nye aduane ye ne hono no ya de ye chako 2 ya de ye ropes so hab na shape no lande ropes akesi o nyina omo di kube ene ya di kube e fertilizer. Say 100,000 to 200,000 coconut plantation. Yeah, import fertilizer. Right? This is organic fertilizer.
Wow.
Yedidua emre, Europe, America, we say 10 pounds, no, $15.99. Yansu kubeno, yebowie ya nami yatuakele. Na aircraft fertilizer. And we need between 100 to 200,000 acres across the country. With the assemblies, you know, tikaya di mawomo, omfanya coconut farming. The coconut juice from Thailand.
Kubeya.
Yeah, Kubeya. Yeah, there are juice everywhere. Eastern region, Central region, Ashanti region, Western region, Volta region. Everywhere, you do Kube. I want to be any juice. Coconut oil, renife, white. You see what we can do
with coconut.
Well, it's coconut. I am milk. The coconut here is some. This is coconut flour. This is coconut sugar. One can just say, you need a good political leader who understands business and who is creative and who is pragmatic. We spend $700 million importing sugar. We spend $350 million importing flour. When you know one a year, but we are poor direction because any pana mokoto ama say yemko IMF, yemko World Bank, coconut toothpaste. Coconut toothpaste. Kenyuma kubenkwa etimilu. Right? Another type of milk powder, edi kube.
Coconut.
My sister, we have a lot of money in this country. Now the money involved, would be a coconut plantation, 200,000 acres will not be more than $20 million. Coconut, udia, modofu, via kubeno. Near Timidia, yes, and your man will not cost more than 20,000 million. I am researching now. Indeed, almost you're worried, so we been yes, you can't work here, and I say, you know, I know what I'm doing.
Indeed, say, Nyamea Domina say, delegates a more opportunity, not say Ghana for more opportunity within 100 days.
Speed, 100 days in a year. I'll use it for conscientizing Ghanaians, change their mindset. Nyameno can say Ghana for. So we go and conscientize Ghanaians using more UTV, more kama nearby. So we now added to two one ati nearby. We advert for the country. The cost station way we are near a Jacko. What you see, Kwame Sefa Kainum na. Broadcast senior ubedo woman say Ghana ni ahunchirenti ompe Ghana. We have to love our country before we can develop. In the maybe 100 days there, I'll conscientize Ghanaians to change their mindset. And again, that time I'll use CSIR for any tech for universities for I'll be meeting them. This is my vision. A kwabay yeninamu a crutch for ebefa amiabua. I will engage stakeholders, our businesses to know their challenges before I come out with new policies. If you don't engage stakeholders, they be who assume say, oh, despite he's spending too much money, you better cripple. And so that would mean electricity cost and anyhow. But when you are them, now Obia cannot when formulating a policy, you take into account business challenges. And this is what I'm going to do in 100 days.
Okay. Minim say Omanfm do need do ebi ka honorable Kendi obi enwuma wo ebi say oh nkofo a wafo mo adwuma nko 50,000 ebi say oh entina me bi sa no wobetimi abo air companies ahodo a we be currently air adwuma now we so
19 companies in adwuma
a number of nkofo so a wafo mo adwuma do you have the idea
ba ma ka sam chiro question ya there's a young man obi say me question and I may be companies no boy you show video no me want me a friend me GRSA me a friend GRSA me I don't say into this time I'm not going to tell you
unka companies no but do you have an idea of Uncle Fonso wafa wo
yeah this year I'm at 350 68 the 360 even in opposition I have almost 7,500 workers. Now, obi owa onyini adwuma no unam hu sei. Ya nka nchiro se Canada Japan dia uhunu. Edan we unam hu ya nka nchiro se Canada Japan dia uhunu. Asasi we ya nka nchiro se Canada Japan dia uhunu. Enti na ne say Ghana ni ebetimi abi adwuma ama ni nua yi bi. Yi se broni nkwa. And I'm see a bit change mindset. We build the confidence in Ghanaians to challenge themselves. Say, so that we take our destiny into our own hands. What do I say?
Yeah.
My sister, believe in yourself. Say, you bet me here. Then you know with collective effort. You bet me right. Benin president here and go move to me. And then a child Africa, your mentality. Here, this guy. I may agree in so changing constitution here, no. But the cutting as our and a senior issue. For 3 years, when you have $4 billion, because Dubai a warehouse almost see huge purposely for Benin cutting. This year, first 6 months, when you have $770 million. Abra January, na Ghana tete kwashi, ebi cocoa bar 950 years. Obisa cocoa board $100 million. How? What kind of management is this? Because there be a normal cohesion. Near young sir, cocoa industries, Ghanaians are not able to penetrate because of course setting up chocolate, whatever factory you want. Lean season, any trauma. May one a year papa, almost benya biaton, or my head, a cost Switzerland. What kind of management is this? What you say? No could say, and now my Ghana for so Canada, Japan, or Casado, or Fair Ghana. Minson making a
I see, Minson makes me I in ye. Media questions that can be brave. Time no ain't that meaning says
from sure my ideas. That was a pragmatic person.
Oh no, but in as
and I believe in Ghana.
Exactly. In as much as we believe in Ghana, so meaning say a collective thing. Nipa na woni wo mo ebe ye. Woni wo mo ebe ye sa adwuma no. Baba me mami embisa wo ko. Meaning say aspirants are winning more quack and seeing na winning mobia. A yet dena ube who a be strength, ube who a be weakness, no near day. But a name is honorable Kennedy Japan. Meaning say Bibi or no more past who make you comment to be oh he's a fine gentleman. Do you still stand by that?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I know so many things. I don't want to say anything.
Hey.
It looks a picture of innocence. But what I know. So, I'm going to say planning. Chairman for offer woman say, oh, what you are trying October, November. You be doing a chairman when one was in the campaign. And I'm done also. I'm proud so almost starting from September, October. Edimatem, Nina Mankari.
Hey, you know na essentially.
Yeah, because he met them. And that was his political strategy.
Wow. Until they won't now, they won't mean any good thing, Bianca.
No, And I'm a patch say,
okay.
I don't even think about him.
Okay.
And I be yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just staying focused.
Okay, meaning say Tamale High Court, I really said Pandai, Yanko rerun. We take on it. Do you think somebody may retain his seat in an answer mobile Lucy?
When you're conversant with the area, but you never cockle. But when you're conversant with the area.
Okay. Do you want to predict this? Indeed, will be to me.
But who share NDC force by be a omu dear. Omuma young GC,
sir.
Yeah.
So by Ben modernity.
Osha Ablekuma. Osha Aquatia. Otia say, Subambia Omudan a deal or no. Then all the seats of women to still almost are pretty count.
Chicago pleading and Comunjai we sing for
this time they have been pleading and acquire 11 cents.
Okay, Mamisha dear, a name no Sawashanka, Yanka wine.
Minia dear Bakokura, me who young command.
Sir, the idea be a way you be a Simbia, who can you be active and you still stand by it.
Correct, Papa.
I see. Ain't leadership style over describing it, say it.
Me, my leadership style. I believe in people. Some of the nipa and a baye juma. Me, obi oni my juma be who say me a liberal, but I'm strict.
But only selective.
No.
Okay.
If you have the potential, we want to develop this country. Ghana first.
Ghana first. I'm always say, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, so Nema, you want to beat it.
I want to beat his record.
In a way, no, more ideology near the conflict.
You see, when a statesman, a new man was here, apart from say President Akufo-Addo last minute, or can say expand the motorway. Motorway, almost Ghana population 4 million. Still, a population of 33.6 enjoy Adiawai, Akosumbo, what you say. A new man was here, baby. With this population, cost increasing, we are still enjoying it. Okay. Our birthday still relevant. Near Abeka and so gratis for so many years.
Yes.
A champon and also try kakra and dance woman. A champon so and a year. What was the nearest listener? Say as one tibrofu or quade be commercial one wine. But one more tibrofu, why let me upbuild the baby to set down woman? And we have to be careful the language. You did qualify will be said Sabi Onimunyansa and Nasa Onimunyansa.
Okay.
So
I see. Inti already the name of Panintina Emma.
Exactly. Yes.
Obe beat.
Yeah.
Okay. You honorable me Mawako Assembly Church of Magana for.
Namdema delegates first. And he said delegates. Munya Gidia will say Samoto Abamamia. I'll beat any NDC candidate in 2028. Because Ghanaians, in the history of Ghanaian politics, I'm the luckiest person may contest here. Ghana for one kasa, a party for Chelsea, Mumfa Canada, Japan, Mra, near Betuaba, Amamo. Again, more women nisi catchy and Kochusu candidate to send a year and Nani, Yadia Muna, and Nisika. And where I'm first, I'm Remy, and where I say, Shababia every year. Into this time, young Tuabama Obia, or what vision, or Castle Bayansua, or no any lifetime, why you may be a producer and pa, or Castle Obey, Canadian Japan, Castle Obey, we are obey. And yes, it will be a Baba Catcher, say, maybe a guy, when you don't get the basics right. We need to get first the basics right. Na enyuma emra ewiase delegates munti eniye onipa bia woni munyam ene wadwuma.
Okay.
So wadwuma ya wo ni munyam uni adwuma ya sabi obakora wo fie na osmana onko efise o pesika akoto aduane adi kra wa anya bia ma no na abeso. Enti Canada Japan stands for industries, jobs.
Okay. Honorable better say nana pay. Already America, or say main country, so we playing. You were very pivotal in the kidney transplant. Dr. CNN. Just watch here.
Okay.
I was for I say.
And you want my baby. I hope a testimonial.
Part 2 of
okay. But I remember part 2 before election.
Me that's it. But Honorable Kennedy or Hene Japan, your president.
107.1 Suni High Omanfm. You could hear Raken an interview ya or granted at my UTV and Yakuti Mekayo travels or more Adom Soul Health and Wellness Center for Adom. Sanso na Antec ya the Spanish garlic mixture and the capsules abedwa so adom kai se new city ya CC ewo pram cities and habitat and one mo CC omo adom Dominion herbal powder and so ebeboaye sana Franco Trading Enterprise and so adom eboaye na CO2334 and so eboaye ema boachi na